they call her the ugly duckling. At least that's what they market her on the show. Like she was the ugly duckling that they turned to a swan or whatever. So she was doing her thing with the pictures, and they got a trip to Mulan. Mind you, you 18 years old from this country ass town or wherever she was from, this small town. She living with her nerdy boyfriend. She working at Walgreens. Her family don't really mess with her. So, and she was like a nerd, a geek all like. So something like that. Cause I know from experience, I was a geek in school, but I still got put up on game early. But that's cause I'm from a rich city. So they teach you game in high school. You already know what time it is. So, but for her, you're not having family, nobody to groom her, nobody to look after her from this small town working at Walgreens, 18 years old, her and her geeky boyfriend, like she's a real geek. You know, they made her the star of the show. And you know, the bigger the star you is, the more humiliation you got to go through. Key. That's key. Y'all clock it. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm tired of seeing it because it was her and the other girl, Kenya. I'm going to tell y'all their stories. But Shandi, like, she had a chance at winning. I don't know. I think did Shandi win? I don't remember if she won that season or she was runner-up, but she made it to, like, the end. I know that. She was, like, the big deal of that show. And usually if they finna make you a winner or a runner-up, they're gonna put you through the most hell because you got to be ready for the industry. So Tyra ain't do that girl no wrong. That Tyra helped that girl. She broke that girl in. She cracked the whip on her like a madam's supposed to do. She cracked the whip on them girls. So, like I said, I ain't see nothing wrong with what Tyra did. But, so anyway, so they go to Milan, right, in Italy. So you get a girl who does not have no money, working at Walgreens. You know, family don't want you. You ugly in the eyes of them people because, you know, they ain't culture. They don't know what true, right, real beauty is. Like, beauty is your uniqueness. When the more unique, that's why I like Tyra, because she get unique girls and make them stars, because that's what make you beautiful, your uniqueness. When you're not a cookie cutter, that's how you get fame, when you look different from everybody else. But anyway, so they go to Milan, Italy. She's 18 years old. I'm just thinking of how I would be at 18 years old. Now, mind you, I was out here, and if you in college, you already know what time it is, right? So that's like a trip of a lifetime. So they working all day, right? So Tyra prepping them for the real business, like getting them to work. I liked that part of the show too. Tyra put them on. I don't know what them girls was complaining about because she really did her job. But they had to go out to the what is it called? Like, they like meet and greets, but they call it something else for models. When you got to go to the different people and drop off your portfolio and do your interviews and kind of get your brand out there. So they had little scooter boys who drove them everywhere, which was very convenient because I'm like, that's a beautiful experience for your first time in a foreign country. To have a driver, because that's my dream. I want to go out the country so bad, but I'm like, dang, I gotta try to translate to get around. She gave them everything on a package. So you got the driver, he taking her to all her little meet and greets. And then at the end, they go back to their little room or whatever, and they got all this food delivered. And one of the girls had the idea to invite the scooter boys to the house and have your food and drinks, right? And the girl, Shandi, she was like, oh, well, I didn't eat all day. Mind you, Shandi is she's the star of the show. She got the best pictures. They love her in Italy because she got the look. She had that awkward, different look that they wanted. She was the star. But she said all that changed, like her, she no longer wanted to do the show after this experience. But I'm telling you, she weak, though. She weak. Because Tyra was really helping them girls. She was breaking them girls in. Now, this was on Shandi, though. This had nothing to do with Tyra. Y'all, this was on Shandi. So, they bought the scooter boys. Shandi was having a good time. She said she blamed it because she didn't really eat that day. But they had food. Like, they had catered in some good food. They had wine. They had a jacuzzi. So it was popping. Like, you could see the girl having a good ass time. She drunk, laid up with the boy. So her and the boy end up hunching. And I guess they catch it on TV or whatever. And Shandi was like, she felt like he took advantage of her and nobody stopped it. I said, girl, you went from the shower to the bedroom. And you was doing all that wild shit in the jacuzzi. And I'm like, why is she? And I'm like, girl, you in Milan, Italy, girl. 18 years old from the Walgreens to Italy. Photo shoot, like, and I aspiring model here, y'all. I paid for my, I mean, even my kids. Like, I was working on putting my kids in this industry for real. So I pay for photos. I know photo books, portfolios. Photos not cheap. They not cheap. So Tyra getting you professional photos from a professional photographer, professional portfolios, sending you to professional meetings on her dime. All you gotta do is sacrifice your personal space for a show for a couple months. That's all you doing. Basically, like, you gotta humiliate yourself, but in the end, like, you're in the middle of you humiliating yourself on TV, quote unquote, humiliating yourself, because humiliation is really what you make it. If you want to make it humiliation, that's what it's gonna be. But all you gotta do is sacrifice yourself for a few months. The cost to travel from your hometown to New York, you get a New York apartment, food, clothes, transportation, plus travel overseas to Italy. You know they don't pay for them passports. The flight there and back, the stay, that nice ass whatever that they was living in, and while they were there, the scooter boys, the meet and greets, like, just add all that up for a couple of months of them invading your privacy. This is how I'm thinking. This is my logic. This is my logic. All right, now y'all feel free to comment if y'all like, no, this is wrong, da 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 da. I think y'all really too sensitive, because I guess because, like I said, I've been through these humiliation rituals, and I feel like that was nothing, because that was her choice to get drunk and lay up with that boy, because she was all laid up, hunching in Jakku, having a good ass time. Respectfully, girl, you in Mulan, you worked all day, you worked your ass off all day going to these meet and greets. You work your ass off, and you in a whole nother country. It's time to celebrate. Let's pop bottles. Let's do it, girl. Get you some overseas D for real. Like, that's a good ass time. It's just like college girls. Like, if you you a college girl, you at a party, y'all hosting a party, you know y'all gonna get butt wild. Y'all gonna turn up. The only thing I feel like she was so upset about, other than the fact they was recording her in the shower, they said it was a rule though, like, they don't follow you in the bathroom unless somebody else in there with you. And they told them ahead of time, y'all gonna be recorded 24/7. Now, all the other girls was getting butt wild and drunk. None of them went to the bathroom, the shower, to the bedroom. Okay, so, like, girl, be for real. What it was like, you had a good time and you were ashamed of your good time. Now, these girls are innocent. Like I said, this is their first time breaking in, showing, like, stripping themselves. Excuse me, y'all. This was so good. I just liked it. I just couldn't imagine me being 18 years old getting that opportunity of a lifetime like that. But yes. So, but yeah, so, like, they gotta, anyway, so you got this opportunity, so you get to really be yourself. So your true colors came out on national TV. That was what you were ashamed of. Because I could see that. Like, it was my first time getting to be myself, getting away from home, getting away from my old life, shedding my skin like a snake. Shedding my old skin, like, getting to finally get out my shell and be my damn self, unapologetically. See, now reality TV has evolved, so everybody's unapologetically themselves. That was when reality TV first started, so people didn't understand that concept. They couldn't, they didn't embrace it like they embrace it now. And then again, these girls were innocent. Like, they not from towns that have clubs, bars, and restaurants. They not from towns like these. If they were like Bad Girls Club, all them girls was from party cities. All them girls knew how to party. All them girls was already game for a good time. These girls were not like that. They were really innocent for real. But I said all that to say, like, girl, you had a good ass time. I would have been like, yes, on top, model in Milan, Italy, I got me some Milan D. You know, like, you know, that's the opportunity of a lifetime. A lot of bitches cannot say they've been out the country at 18 years old on a Walgreens salary. Like, girl, bye. Anyway, but I get it, because she was innocent. But this is what I think what she was so upset, because she said after that she didn't care about the show no more. She didn't care about her career. She was going to throw her whole career down the drain, all because she had a good time on camera. Like, girl, bye. Anyway, so, but what I think what it was, because her boyfriend, she was concerned about her boyfriend. She kept begging and crying to talk to her boyfriend, because she ain't, to the next day, She was crying, boo-hoo crying, because she realized what she did. And she was all concerned about her boyfriend. And I'm like, girl, he'll understand, like, you had a good time. But then I'm thinking, like, okay, she's 18 years old. She don't have no family. She on a Walgreens salary. And she living with this guy. 9 times out of 10, she's living off of him. So if this show don't work out, she got to go back home to her boyfriend. And if he throw her out, she don't have shit. So I'm thinking this is the root of her sadness. I think, and she was boohoo crying, and she was complaining about how they had to record her phone call after she had to beg and cry to call her boyfriend. Now, she was smart because the show don't air it till after, way after they done and stuff. So I'm like, she should just not said nothing and waited till it came out. And she would have been in the living room with him. And then she could have just lied and said they edited it to make it look like something was, I don't know. You know, some girls just got game and good liars. I ain't saying I'm one of them, but I'm just saying, like, it wasn't that deep to me. But, you know, like I said, like, when I was 18, I was already on my college girl shit. So, and I'm from a big city, so I already know how that go. You know, one night stands, partying, hanging out with your friend. That shit ain't nothing. But this a girl from a nothing-ass town around nothing-ass people. Like, they don't have no experiences. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so this her first time. And then on top of all that, her wild side came out on national TV. So that's what I think it was. But I think the biggest thing was it was her boyfriend, the fact that she lived with her boyfriend. I really do, because she did all that crying, and the boy called her a stupid slut. He said, how could you? At least she was honest with him. But I think the root of that problem was the fact that she had to go back home to that dude. And I think it was because she was living off of that man. I really do believe that, because she was butthurt after the next day. But for her to make the comment in the because, you know, they bring them back. This was like the grown version of her. She said she was like, after that night, I didn't care about the show. I didn't care about the modeling career. And she was the star. Like, Tyra gave her the spotlight on that show. I really did like how Tyra did that girl. Like, she helped her evolve from the ugly duckling, like, literally, like, not knowing anything, a square nerd, people picking on you, belittling you, your family betraying you. Like, Tyra made that girl the star. So, of course, it was only respectfully she had to do her humiliation ritual, because Tyra was going to open doors for that young lady. And honestly, she initiated her own humiliation ritual. Because, like I say, all the other girls got drunk. Ain't nobody take no man back to the shower or the bedroom. So that was on you. You know, you trying to blame everybody else because you actually enjoyed yourself. You know, when your first time breaking your innocence, like, you feel guilty for having a good time. It's like that. It's a mind game. But I really believe it was just because of that boy. It was because of that boy. That's why she was, like, so sad, because she knew she had to go home to that boy. That's why I was like, I don't remember if Shandi won. I think Shandi did win that season. I don't remember if she won or she was the runner-up, whatever. But Shandi had the spotlight. If she really wanted to take it to the next level, Tyra opened the door for her. She could have went to any agency after that show, because she was, like, the star. Like, Tyra basically gave her a whole freaking platform on that show. But, I said all that to say, and she's a good-looking girl. Like she was, you know, she was the quote-unquote ideal little rich girl. She was like giving Paris Hilton vibes. That's exactly what she was. She was like a Paris Hilton from a, you know, small town Paris Hilton. And with the right upkeep and stuff, she could pull off a Paris Hilton. Like, she could really be a con artist and get a rich-ass old man, because she had the look. She was skinny and blonde and tall and long. Like, she definitely gave Paris Hilton vibes. But I said all that to say is, like, they was all mad, and she was like, you know, she was willing to throw away her whole career off of one bad experience, which was not a bad experience. It was a good-ass time. She let a man basically dictate how she saw her opportunity. Queen ENT, Trendy Señora, Big Mama, okay? Superior Madam. But that's when you get in, when you're breaking into this industry. I'm gonna tell you, ladies, like, love, you need to get rid of love. That was the key takeaway from that. Basically, that love charade. If you're serious about your craft, you seriously want to do this, you seriously want to get in this game, you got to let that love go. And I was upset that she let that one thing dictate her whole motion. Like, she didn't see the bigger picture. Now, I know she's young, immature, and naive, right? So she don't know no better. But and then also, this your first time in the industry, and you realizing how cutthroat the industry is. Because I know I was like that.